Hey everyone, Dan here. Today what I want to do in this tip is I'm going to do kind of an unusual thing. As those of you who are students of mine taking my DVD classes, you should know that what I do is part of the program. If you want them, you can send in your paintings for a DVD, send in your paintings for a critique. So what I thought I would do is I've been working on this copper thing. Let's say I'm about 60-70% done. So I thought I would do a critique of my own painting to let you know what my process is as I go through the painting process and what I look for in my own paintings. And I think that'd be a really cool insight, but it's also at the same time let those of you who aren't taking a class know what a critique is like. All right, so let's put this thing on the computer and do a critique. Thanks.
Hey everyone, Dan here. I wanted to go over and show you, this is the setup for this painting I'm working on right now. And here's the painting that I've started a while back. And what this is a critique of my painting by me, and a lot of people send in critiques for me to critique. Well, this is one of my paintings that I have relatively just started. It's about 50-60% in. What you'd see is most everything's kind of laid in, but everything needs a lot of work yet. But I think it's just a good thing for you to see how my thinking process goes as I go through this. These are the kind of questions I ask myself, or I talk to myself while I'm painting. So let's just go through, talk about some of the things that are good, and we'll talk about some of the things that need work. First off, I think this background here is just really beautiful. I think, let me see if I can't get it to pull it over. I think some of this beautiful abstract background shapes are really nice. I think the thickness of the paint on this is really beautiful. I see some nice brush strokes, and then yet when we pull away, it still retains the shape and the look of the copper. So I think that's really good. I think the lay-in of these what I want to say silver dollar dried leaf things is starting to look good, but it's not there yet. What I do notice is I need to have more value change. Right now it all looks like middle to upper value, and I don't have anything in the deep values yet. And that's a real easy problem for a lot of artists to kind of mess up, if you will. So I need to get some more of the deeper valued ones of these silver dollars. I've got, like I say, the lighter values and the middle values, and maybe even a little bit more of the brightest brights, like what you're seeing here. Not going too crazy, but a few of them. But mostly what I need is some more middle and more dark, deeper values. And if you look here at the greenery, what I'm seeing is we're starting to see some greenery laid in, but until I get some pieces of greenery that really represent leaves, this is just going to look like kind of a mess of green. So what I need to do is bring in some leaves that actually look like leaves, right? This orange guy looks pretty good. There's some nice brush work on here. Maybe this highlight might be a little bit overplayed. It has more of a shape of an apple than an orange, so I might have to bring this down a little bit to make it look more orange shaped. Okay, these little grapes are nice. They're very subdued. That's good. This tabletop here, I like the color here, but I think if I brought in a little bit different color down in here, that would be my suggestion for that, is bring down a little bit more of a color. Or in the photograph, there's actually a rug here. Maybe even put a little bit of a rug with maybe some tassels in it to maybe really bring this thing and bring it home. I have a blue bowl here in this. I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to put it in. I do like the little pieces of blue because it's a nice discord for this very warm harmony that you see here. So it would make for a very nice discord. And what the discord is that's someplace different on the color wheel, normally on the opposite side. So those are the things I see. I see here I've got some green grapes I want to put in, but I want to leave them very abstract, but they need to be resolved more than that. We have this hump on the table that we're going to have to deal with. The grapes are looking pretty good. I maybe have got them a little bit too blue, so they're a little bit too much out of the color harmony. But I'll wait to decide what I'm doing here with this, because if I don't put that bowl in, I may use some of that as a little bit of a discord. So anyway, that's my thinking process. When I go through this, or when I would critique another artist's work, that's the kind of thing I look for. And I talk to, the artist, or in this case myself, as to those are the things that need work. So when I would be going through this process of doing this painting, I would maybe grab a little pad of paper and I would jot down all these things I would notice, and then I'd work on those the next time I went back to work on the painting. Well, in this particular case, I'm going to have a video, but you kind of get the idea. And this is very similar to the videos that I provide in my classes. This is maybe a little bit higher resolution because I wanted to, I don't have to email it like I do those. And I wanted to kind of show you my thinking. All right. Thanks for joining.